Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dede. Catch my breath here for a minute while Carrie's not here this morning, so we made Janet, J. Merle, the other sock monkey lover, a mod, and she's already handing out, she's got the keys to the bar, the mini bar, and yeah. So, don't email me, people. It's rhetorical. Okay, so from Ashley Kelly, I got a little note here and I think she's Ren here, but I don't see her right now, but her name's Ren. And she sent a pocket letter for my pocket letter notebook. So I'm going to show that. Today, again, let me see. I'm trying to keep the light. Let me move this white sketchbook for now because that's what does it. I'll refocus here and everything when we get ready to sketch. So hopefully we're good here. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Julie. If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. If you're watching this recording on YouTube, it's a live show on Ustream, Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dede Willingham. You can find me pretty much everywhere with my name. Otherwise, it's inkiwell, I-N-K-I, with an I, inkiwell. And so if you can find me either place. So she has these little pearls on here. First I thought, oh, what is that? But it's little pearls glued on there. So cute. So yeah, this is a happy mail I want to show this morning from Ashley Kelly Wren. One of those three names is what she's here as. Not, I don't see her right now, but that's what her nickname is. Thanks everybody for being here. It's a live chat with live people every Monday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, and usually one other impromptu during the week, depending on scheduling and how busy and whatnot that I got going on. But pretty much every Monday morning, and hopefully I'll stream next Monday. My mom and Ken will be here next week, next Monday, a week from today. They'll be here at night, so she won't be able to stream with me Monday morning, but maybe we can either stream Tuesday or Wednesday with mom. And we'll probably, when mom's here, we'll probably do a scrapbooking show like we do every year she's here. So yeah, we'll do that. You're definitely live people, Bridgeton. Hey, Berlan. So I'm looking forward to that. So that will be fun next Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what they want to do. They'll probably want to go a couple places and all that. But so that's planned on next week. Thanks for streaming every week. Oh, thanks, Galena. Yeah, Galena started streaming. She goes, I know what it's like to stream now. Okay, so this was the pocket letter. I've not taken everything out of the pocket letter. I've just looked at it like this. So I just thought we would do a little quick peekaboo into the pocket letter here. She sent a whole bunch of little tags, some washi tape wrapped on a tag. That's always great. Do what makes you happy. I love these chalkboard cards, Project Life type cards. And then she's got what she's currently reading, listening to, watching, doing, and loving, and making new friends through crafting. So I love that she put that on there. Then she has a card here with a little heart. That's a little felt heart. This one has some little tuck-ins here. You got to go through it. It's just you got to do it. It's just more fun. So she has a little who, what, when, where, why card, some little tags, a little one of these little mason jar things, jars that you journal on. And yeah, we're going to do some sketching today. I'm going to go through. I only got I took 1 foot of clip art books off my shelf. And I'm going to show you how you can get ideas from it and sketch from them and stuff like that. All right, then in the middle here, she has some tea. Now I got to come from the back. She has some herbal tea and a bingo card stuck in that one. Am I too? I hope I'm under camera. Then in this one, and the little camera, this is like a little canvas camera. It's like stuck on the outside. I love how, they're stuck on the outside sometimes. And a little coffee cup in that one. Oops, sorry guys, I bumped that. And then she has some die cuts in this one. Let's see what the die cuts are. We love that. Those are so fun. Okay. Oh, look, the little mason jars. Oh, yeah, look, the little deer head. I love that. Oh, and look, a little dog. Those are so cute. Little die cuts. So let's put that back in the front. Because you have to come from the back of these. And all these is, if you're not familiar with ATCs and doing ATC swaps, it's the 2.5 by 3.5 inch. It's the same size as trading cards, like baseball cards, that kind of thing. Okay, so then this one, let's see what we have over here. It's got some more little doolollies, as we like to say in the South. A cat, a little loving this, a little silly Skelly. These are so cute. Some tabs. I love tabs. I need some new tabs too. I might hold those little tabs out for a project I have going. And then a little, oh look, a little Mickey fussy cut. All kinds of a little kiss. These are so cute, Ashley. Thank you so much. And on the back of that one, it's got a little, and now these three remain: faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love on the back of that one. This one's got another chalk one. It says, remember this. This has a hello and an ampersand. Yeah, links. Thanks, Janet, for opening links. I completely forgot. This one has a little booklet in it. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. It's just a little booklet. It has like, look, you put recipes in there. And it's, I don't know if she made this. I think she did because I recognize the paper, but I've never seen a little booklet. That's so cute, isn't it? With just staples. That's a nice, simple little way to make a little booklet. And then let's see on this one, she's got some mini stickers, Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse stickers. Oh, look at all these little stickers. See, now these will have to go in my planner, which y'all know when I say planner, I mean my list maker, my idea generating books, because I don't really plan per se. I write down notes and lists and ideas. And my current one is this one, my adorable. This is my current one that I'm working out of. And I got a whole bunch of charms hanging off the bottom. Charms, I love charms. Small sock monkey charm there. I love them, but they have to be off the bottom. They can't be here because I work in this. I lay it open and I write in it. And if the charms are like here, it makes it too bumpy to work in. So we will have to put our little Mickey stickers, the little owls, the little smiley faces, and the little ladybug. That's what I call my car, by the way, Ladybug. So my ladybug. I'll have to get a picture of my car. Some more owls. So I'll put these right here for now because I'll use those. I'll find a pocket to put them in to use them. Then I'll put the little, what do you call it, back in there? The little journaling tab thing. Let's tuck those tags back in there. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Thanks everybody for being here. Yeah, I have three. I'll show you the three real quick with my iPad. This is the one, this is my daily, any ideas or notes or anything, like if I scribble down any notes overnight on my Post-it notes or anything, then they get added to here. If I'm watching say a YouTube channel that has some ideas, I'll write that in here. Lists. If I'm out of colors, paints, or something I need to get at the store, it goes in here. This is my all everyday useful one. But then I also have one more for more things like quotes, and it's not as thick. It's just more for writing. This is more just for writing, not necessarily idea generating or drawing or sketching or anything like that. This is for writing, okay? But then I also have this one for writing. This one is my one I just put together with the leftover piece of leather from another journal, and it's got a flap that flaps around it, but I just kind of keep it tucked in there. This one has my flow journals, these little flow journals in it. That's what's in this one. So this one is more contemplation. Okay, so I have those three that I use. Those are the three I use like all the time. I'm not right now, this present moment, using a Moleskine for writing. I'm using those. So I'm not right, you've seen all my Moleskine stacks. I'm just using my Adorables at this time. Okay, so let's see. Did I miss any other pockets? I think I got them all. I love this little Mickey too. I'm going to have to pull this little Mickey out and put him in my Adorable because he's adorable. So I'll put him in there too. And then this will go in. I've got her little note here. She's got a note here and stuck on a little card, which the card is bigger. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this card, I think. I want to fold this card because I want to keep her note in here. So which one pocket should I put it in? Probably this one. No, I'll put it up here with the tags because I'll know that's her little note. So I'll put her note in there with that she wrote me and everything, and her name is on that one because her name's not on any of this. She's got information but not her name. And then I have her address here and stuff. So let me move that out of the way. And this will go in my pocket. Whoops, sorry guys, I bumped the camera. This will go in my pocket letter notebook. So this is the notebook where I keep anybody that sends me a new pocket letter. It makes it right to the front, right there. There was the last one that I got was from White Fairy Treasures. So this one will go right here in the top. I'm just kind of plop it in right there. So there we go. So thanks so much. Thanks, Kelly Ashley Wren. She goes by one of those here. I think she goes by Wren here. All right. Sorry, guys. I know I'm bumping the camera again. There we go. Okay. I keep that right handy. Right handy. Okay. So, any questions or anything? Let's see. Pop in there. I don't see anybody else. Well, I know some other people popped in. Hey, Deb. Artsology Deb. Get back to my main chat. I haven't had a chance to. I did see an email, Deb, where you were laughing about my mat. The cameo. The mat, forgetting to use the mat. I haven't had a chance to answer my YouTube emails this morning yet. I did see that. Who else am I might have missed? Saying, hey, Denise, Elk Lady, Flint Rock, whole bunch of y'all here this morning. Thanks, guys. Got over 60 people for a bright early Monday morning. Leah, Suzanne, anybody else I might have missed? Pam, Pearl Ann, Sandpat, Steffi, Steffi and her mailbox. Thanks everybody for being here. Julie, I know her last name's not Topaz. Matt Gate. Terry the troublemaker. Matt Gate. Yeah. Oh, well, here's a little thing, a little flower thing. I'll put that in my Adorable too. Okay. So, the idea that I had today, oh my gosh, I have a piece of hair. I have a hair in my tape holding my where I caught my hair. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think we might be good enough right here to sketch. Now, again, guys, it's going to flash in and out with the white paper. It doesn't, no matter how many lights I have or don't have on, white paper, when I put it under the camera, it's going to flash out. There's nothing I can really do about that I know of. I've tried everything over the last 5.5 years, over 5.5 years of streaming. That's going in my third camera. That was fun. So thanks everybody for being here. So what I thought we would do, I have a small tone tan paper here too. I'm thinking that may be the best to sketch on. I don't know. I have my big freestyle really big notebook. This is the one that I use for inking, and I have glue things in there, but it's also just inking things. This is like my ink book and um, glue book. So this is my combo ink and glue book right here. So I have that, and then the tan one, and then I also have my big Blick cheap sketchbook, which again, I did pull out a blue and a red color array, coal erase Prismacolor to sketch with, because I think that'll show up better than just pencil. But again, maybe I can brighten up the camera just a little. I can adjust the brightness, but I don't want to flash it out. But I'm thinking, see, it kind of comes and goes. But I'm thinking that, if I draw with a color, that might be good too. So I'm not sure yet which way we're going to go in which book. I might just pull one or the other depending. And then I have to just to sketch in um, the ink, just one of these nano liners. It's just a Royal Land nickel. I think there were four for $7 or something, $8 at Hobby Lobby. Use a coupon. I think I got four of them for $3, and they're just little permanent ink pens. They're, I mean, to me, a micron is the microns are really, really thin and good. These, let's see, it came in a set of four. Plus, I got my brush pens here that I got for my birthday from Jet Pens. So here I got. Let me just put this right here again. See, the light comes and goes. Let me get the numbers in order here, and I'll show you which sizes we have. If you have any questions, put them in caps. I got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5. So yeah, 0.01. So let me just show you each one here. I think might have to, well, I got to show the books first, and then might zoom in for sketching. Here's the O2. Is that O2? Yeah, this is O2. I'll hold it up. This is O1. And I don't do a lot of inking, so I just buy them as I just get them every now and then. And when they run out, because I use these also for taking down notes when I have a Sharpie, just a regular pen. These are probably my favorite pens just to write with when I'm writing things, whether it's listing or writing in Molly's or whatever, note taking. These are the pens I use. They're the Sharpie pens, not the markers, but the Sharpie pens. And I guess they're probably about the size of an O1. They're probably the same size as about an O1. It doesn't have it on there. But they come in colors too. The Sharpie pens, they come in colors, and I have quite a few colors. I don't use there's another one. They have a gray barrel, and they're kind of triangular, Stedler something. Stedler, not multi-liner. Anyway, Stedler something. These are kind of like the Stedlers. One of the things I like about these is a little thicker. They're a little bit chunkier to hold in my hand than the Stedlers. But yeah, these come in lots of colors too. But this is when I'm writing. Like when I write, this is about the size I write when I'm writing personally. And this is how I write, like that. That's about the size I write. So these pens work great for that. But for our glue book, ink book, any of this, I'll probably just go with the 2. It's a little bit better, show up a little bit better than the 1. There's a 2. Okay, so I'm just rambling here. We're just rambling. It's Monday morning. I need more coffee. Yeah, the Stadlers are good. Yeah. Stadlers, however, which way you want to pronounce it. Hey, Lindsay Whimsy. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess for me, I go through a lot of these because I do when I write a lot. The Sharpie pens, uh, they're easier for me to find. I can find packs of 3, 5, 8, at Staples or whatever. Sometimes the Stedler ones are a little harder to find. Um, so yeah, I like these, and a lot of people like the micron, the microns. These are just easier. They're cheap too. I mean, they're not like a Bic, bit, but they're pretty reasonable to if you write a lot, right? So, but we'll go with this one if I do any drawing. The Sharpie pen, but they smear when wet. Well, again, I don't use them for for drawing. Well, I mean, I could for sketching or something like this, but I don't use them like in mixed media or anything like that. So they're fine for writing when you don't add any water to them or anything. They're just writing pens for me. Just writing pens. Uh, Sun Journal must not gone up. Okay, Jean. Hey, Sky. All right, so what I thought we would do, I have my sketchbooks here ready for whether I want to, depending on how our lighting goes here, but I wanted to show you, everybody, we use our color books now, and y'all know that for a lot of things, cutting out, adding in art journal pages and all that. But if you've been around for any length of time, you know that color books have been around, like with Dover color books. Now, I did not pull, I don't think, I might have pulled, here's one, and I don't think this is that old, but the Dover coloring books, they've been around for a while, quite a while. This one's 1986. So when I say it's not old, it's not like some of the clip art books way back, like before. And I always say before computers, and I don't mean before computers. I mean like before Windows, before personal computers, stuff like that. But there's lots of these different Dover ones like this as far as the color book goes. But in clip art world, what we use before fonts and imagery and Google Images and all that, we had clip art. So I pulled out a bunch of my clip art books, but what I wanted to do with them today is like try to see what kind of ideas we could get out of them. And it's all on the fly, guys. This is not planned out. And so I do have all the books out. I did get a 12-inch stack of books here just to show you maybe some different ideas that you can. And I didn't pull them all. I didn't pull the full shelf. I just kind of grabbed some that I think we could maybe use for this project. And 50. Lindsay. I don't know when Dover came out. I don't know. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to show you though. I did pull this one of the. I have a few of the color books, pirates, birds. I don't know, a whole bunch of different ones. But I just wanted to show you that they are Dover coloring books out, but there's also clip art books. Not planned out, scandalous. Oh, Terry. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of make a stack on the floor over here as ones I'm not going to use. I did also want to show, because I pulled out a few, or at least a couple, and maybe we'll do a couple of decorative lettering. Let me kind of move the sketchbooks we're going to use kind of out of the way there for now. Decorative alphabets and initials. I have tons. I have a whole shelf of books that are on alphabets, calligraphy type books, and alphabet type books. But I only pulled maybe one or two just to show you a couple different ones and how you can get ideas. You don't even have to, at this stage in the game, with being able to cut and paste and just print out anything. You're not probably going to make any real, probably, well, I don't say never, but I don't find that I use these kind of books anymore for actual, and not doing calligraphy, professional calligraphy anymore, except for the occasional certificate for somebody or something like that. I'm not doing, scrolls and full on calligraphy, so that's not things that I'm going to really need. Like for instance, this is an awesome letter here. But what another good thing that I want to show y'all for today is not just actually having these for use for a purpose, but just for practicing your sketches and getting ideas. So I want it to kind of be like a sketch and idea generating show where you might just think, well, I really like this. So again, we're going to be flashing in and out with the camera. I can't help it, guys. I'm sorry. Um, and my closest thing I can do, that's why another reason I like to draw on brown tan paper because it doesn't flash the camera out. So we'll probably be going back and forth. If I want to do pencil and blue, we'll do, on white. We can do, let me see. Let me get a black pencil. Let me just get a black Prismacolor. Hang on. Just black. Got a black stub right here. Nope, that's indigo blue. Which would be fine. Hang on. Hang on, guys. I just sorted all my pencils before I hit record. I put everybody through that torture. Before I hit record, I sorted all my pencils. Just a Prismacolor here, just a that this might be the best option. Although, yeah. I just kind of want to show y'all the ideas. It's not so much what you're sketching on or with, whether it's blue on white paper, black on brown, or pen in the pen and, my pen and ink book, whichever one. I just kind of want to show you some different ideas. So you might see this and you think, ask yourself what it is you like about it. And it might just be the swirls. It might be that you have a whole bunch of swirls. This might be what attracts you. So, if you have a cheap sketchbook, now, again, I probably wouldn't be sketching in these little drawing in my tan tone because if you're going to do tons and tons of paper, it's best just to have like this Blick. This is a $5 pad of paper. It's just 8.5 by 11, 60 pound, not much. It's got a little bit more tooth than, say, printer paper. But this is the kind of stuff you want to sketch on so that you can use up as much paper as you want and not worry about, I'm using up nice, expensive paper. So there's that. The reason I pulled it out is because the camera would focus better on it. But so if y'all have any questions, just put them in caps. So what I'm saying here is what I want to do is go through some of the different kind of clip art books I have so you can kind of see how you can just use them for sketching and ideas. Of course, you can always just go on Google Images. I like having a book to, I just like it. It's easier on my eyes. If I'm here on camera or I need something for a reference, a particular reference, like, if we're going to do a cat or a dog or something particular, then I'd use Google Images to find reference material. But just for playing and sketching and just generating some ideas, these kind of books are just awesome for that. Okay, thanks, Janet. Thanks. And yeah, my coffee, I'll have to go make some fresh too. So this is one of those shows where if you just want to get out, a piece of paper and just write down some ideas, what comes to you when I'm talking about these things. You might have a total different purpose and idea when I'm showing these things than I'm going to talk about, but feel free to, pipe in. All right, so having gone from, I've got tons of these types of decorative alphabets and initials in clip art and in calligraphy, tons of font books, the little, and I didn't bring this one over. Let me grab that one. These type of little books like this, the fancy fonts, and there's some like this one that comes with a CD that you could, print out any of this stuff, which I have lots bookmarked that I've used in different times. I don't remember the last time I used this book except to show it here to you guys, because, you don't even need CDs to print this kind of stuff out anymore. But there's all kinds of books like that. Now, what's really become popular, though, especially with more art journaling type, the Bible journaling, the illustrated faith journaling, journaling on, borders of dictionaries, all kinds of using books to journal and decorate in. Hand lettering is just, really back again. Again, I have some old ones. I didn't pull these either. Let's see if I can put my hand on them real quick. Let me look, guys, if I can find them. Okay, here we go. These kind of books by Lindsay Ostrom have been around forever for scrapbooking people that like to do decorative lettering. Well, now lettering's come around to using lettering and other things, I mean, it's always been around, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it goes through waves of popularity and trends, right? So, but these kind of books have all kinds of this kind of lettering, uh, rather than fonts. Rather than fonts, it's like more free form lettering type things. And again, these books have been around. This one's 1998. This one, 1999. This one's a Better Borders. It's kind of the same type of thing, but who does this one? I don't remember. Suzanne McNeil, the fancy borders and things like this. So all these are fun and good. If you're out of ideas, I don't know. I never run out of ideas, but if you just need some inspiration, don't feel like thinking. Hey, Judy Patootie, and you don't feel like really, you just want to draw, get your hand moving or something like that. These kind of books have all kinds of things like that, just to get you in the mode, if you will. If you don't have any projects in mind and you just want some inspiration, these kind of things like this are awesome for that. These are the older versions of now these kind of books that are out. The hand lettering ledger, there's all kinds of these out now too. Hey, Carrie Ann. A sip of coffee here, guys. When I start talking for the first time in the morning, I got to get my voice going. This one I've had for a couple years, and I did not buy it to work in it. It's an actual workbook. There's half the pages are blank or have grids and lines, okay, boxes for you to work in, and the other half, the front half, has all the different, what is lettering, lettering tools, lettering terminology, the do's and don'ts of lettering, find your inspiration, digitalizing your lettering, serif, sans serif, ornate, scripts, dimensional, playbill, sign painter, black letter, all different kinds of lettering. Illustration lettering, representational, combining styles, and then your practice pages, which is pages 64 to 189. So like I said, you can see how much of the book, this much of the book is your practice pages. And then the front half is all what I just read to you, talking about lettering terminology, the parts of letters. And so if you don't really know anything about lettering at all and you want to practice different types of lettering, like this would be an excellent book to do that. But here's the thing. I know us. I know most of us here. I know how we are. I bet 90% of us would not use these pages. We'd be finding some other way to practice rather than writing in this book. Just like the all our books that are like, who am I thinking of? Like, there's a ton of them. But, like, let me grab one here. Our Sabrina Ward Harrison books. We have these beautiful books that she makes for us to journal in. This one comes with all kinds of collage bits. We're going to write in this. Most of us are not going to write in these books. But not saying you shouldn't, couldn't, or wouldn't, but So anyway, yeah, so these are just more ideas for different types of lettering styles. So if you're not necessarily a calligrapher, drawing very specific types of lettering, very specifically, very I don't know the word I'm looking for, but lettering is more, hand sketched out. So there you can see right there. So it goes from that to that, and then here it is in black and white. Here it is in color. And so this book and others like them are good for that. These are the newer kind of versions of hand lettering that's out. Yeah, Derry said she hasn't written in her Sabrina Ward Harrison's either. Yeah, I've got all her books, and there's a few other ones that are like that are made. Don Sokol. Who else makes them? There's a whole bunch of people that make those type of journaling books that have painted, printed pages. Say that 3 times fast. That are made for you to journal and art in. Um, and most of us don't use them for that. Use them for eye candy and inspiration. Anyway, not do it either way. You can't cut up your William Morris books. Okay, well, see, I can cut up my William Morris books. Debbie, Deb. Okay, so I'm going to put that one aside. And now I just want to show you some different variations on clip art, and then we'll, use some for inspiration to doodle, sketch, write down ideas. See how that does? So these are some of the older ones, how you would find your older Dover ones. And I don't know, I probably have I know I have some older ones than these clip art books, but they're not necessarily by Dover. But I pull a few of different ones just to talk about them and to show you how you can get ideas. Now, when you're getting ideas from these kind of things, like this is the old fashioned, like printers uh, would use, and little designs that would accent a word, a title, a sign. You might put this out, on a sign or your letterheads, things like that. You just want, if you're not, any kind of decorative. And again, this is before we had, Google Images, etc. All right, so this one is 1987. And again, what my thing is about these kind of books that I want to kind of show you is how you don't have to necessarily copy any of this, but you can get ideas. You can get floral ideas, and when I start going through all the different books, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can get little face ideas just to practice anything. I mean, look at the little face there. You don't have to copy this, but you can sketch from it and try to like make your own. In other words, let me see what color, what do I want to do? Let's go with the white, even though it's going to flash. Let me move that over. Let's see if I can do it this way and hopefully still have some lighting here. Hopefully this is all right, guys. But in other words, you don't have to try to draw her maybe with her curly fancy hair. Maybe she has a different kind of hair. She has bangs down to here, but it just kind of gives you inspiration. Look at her thick eyebrows and her, just to kind of, she kind of has like sad eyes. Maybe she's, maybe this is just making you want to draw a sad person. I don't know. What I'm trying to show, and I maybe need to, I don't know. It's going to be hard to go back from, you want to see this close up or see the full books that I'm showing. So we'll probably start with showing the books, then we'll go through and pick some things to kind of draw from, because I can't do both. I can't zoom in on this and show you a full book. Get back to my. No, Jean's not going to kick you out. If anybody, don't be a fearing. But she has a long, skinny nose. Maybe her bangs come down like this. Maybe she has this kind of a hairstyle. And then she has these little perky little lips that look like, she's wearing some kind of a lipstick, but I'm going to make them different. But my point of this is not that you necessarily copy that, but you get an idea. You get ideas from it. Know what I mean, Vern? So, that doesn't look like her, but it's just get your hand moving. Then maybe you do want a couple of curls, like she's got curly hair. Maybe, I don't know. But if you fill a sketchbook up with just little doodles and sketches like this, it's you're going to be better at drawing um, no matter what you're drawing. Of course, I always recommend if you have can go to life drawing, if you can draw from life, you can go outside and draw trees in real life. It's much better than drawing book from a book. But drawing, just draw. That's all I gotta say. Just draw. Okay. So all right, so that I just want to kind of show you some of the books. Then we'll do pick some from some to do some sketches and ideas. Thanks, Deb. Thanks. No, she. Oh, I don't know, Jean. You can figure it out. Did she not mod you? She's still mod. You didn't want to be a mod, Jean. I don't know. Maybe there's two of you here, Jean. I don't know. I'll mod you both. You can both be mods. Both of you here, Jean, number one and popped out. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go through some of the different books so you can kind of see um, and get inspiration. So even if you don't have these books, you can still, of course, look them up online. Different, like if you don't have a book on Victorian decorative initials and you go, oh, I really like those Victorian decorative initials, you can find any of this stuff online now. Okay. So here are this one's been cut up and used. I probably used some in art journaling, some in just different projects. But again, for lettering purposes, you know, just I mean, look at this letter right here. If you took that letter, let's see here. If you took that letter, where's my black pencil? Where's my black pencil? If you took that letter, this is why you want a big cheap pad of paper or printer paper. Again, I'm trying to keep the sketches kind of to the side so it doesn't flash out. But if you have this letter that looks like kind of like this, all right, just the movement of your hand, just the movement of your hand, getting it going. Okay, so let's just say you like this J. Okay, you can color it or kind of get the thickness, the width of where it goes. But just doing that. All right, so we kind of got that there. Although I didn't put that little curl there, just did you see here. Then you can start playing with different ideas from that. You could even do a whole nother alphabet from this. Like you can take and try to do the, let's just say a letter A. You can try to invent your own letter A. Let's go this way. You can invent your own letters. Play with inventing your own letters. You can do all kinds of things. But it gets you flowing and gets you the creative juices moving, You know what I mean, Vern? This could have a big swirl like that one. So, okay, so I'm just kind of showing you a couple of lettering ones. That's Victorian initials. This is decorative letters, same kind of thing, but just more multi types of lettering, especially if you want to do your own journaling, lettering in your journal with quotes and sayings or verses or whatever, then you can get just, even if you just do your illuminated initial, if you just do one big letter and then do all your words with maybe just a couple of accent words. Let me see, where's that book? Okay, I got this book. I've already been cutting it up and stuff, but it was in a $3 calendar. This is considered one of the calendar. Oh, got a question. Oh, okay. Got you, Jean. This is just a calendar, a daily calendar with a quote for every week. And I've already cut some out, torn some out. And even if you don't like necessarily all the quotes, the lettering is good. Okay. Children are great imitators, so give them something great to imitate. You can cut out just a letter or two if you're doing something on children. You could just cut that word out. You don't have to necessarily use every quote because you may not like every quote, but the lettering is nice. Um, Now I forgot where I was going. I got off on this book instead of where I was going with this book. Oh, okay. So let's just say you wanted to do this. Let's say you wanted to do this quote. Okay, so let's go this way. Again, I know it's going to flash out, guys. Don't email me. I do the best I can with this lighting because the camera doesn't like white. So it flashes out whenever I put white in front of it. But if you, like, for instance, where's my letter? Where's my decorative letter? Is it in this one, the G? Where's that big G, E, F? Yeah, okay. So instead of like using a G for this, you can turn it into a C. But I'm just going to show you the idea here, all right? Again, these are just ideas. You can, take them or leave them, whatever I just want to kind of give you some creative inspiration today on a Monday morning, right? Okay. It's kind of crooked there. All right, but let's just say you like this letter and you want to maybe do some of those flourishes in there. You take more time and you really like this letter, so you're playing with that letter. But what I want to show you from that is that you can take that one big letter and do the whole, do children, and you can do a little fancy. You might be able to do that kind of big, right? So you might do this a little bigger. And then you would maybe just write great imitators. And you might do that in, some, I know you can't see it, guys. Sorry. I'm doing my best here. Um, you might write that out and then do, so give them something. And this is just the sketch, right? This is how you plan it out. Something great. Then you could do the big word great to, and maybe this is just a kind of a little bit bigger. Something like that. So you plan it out like this. This is how I do it. Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, and then what I would do is take another color, all right, and start sketching it out more in particular. Okay, I would start making the letters like the kind of letters I'd want, and I just kind of go right over this. Okay, I go kind of right over what I've already done to start planning it out. Now, I will say this: if I'm doing something unless it's real flowy and I'm going to do like great imitators, have the word kind of going like this, I'll put a ruler line down so that I keep it going on task, okay? But if you're going to do something like, great imitators, if you're doing a line like that, that's a little different. You still have to plan it out. You still have to plan it out, but it's not a straight line, okay? So you might do it both. You might do children are great. Oh, well, there's that one. Sorry. There's that. Children are great imitators, like this. So give, you might have some going straight and you might have some more going flowy. So you've got to plan all that out if you're going to use it on a project. But my point is, the point of this is that you can take a quote and use your lettering books for inspiration and ideas for maybe all the capitals. You could do the children, the give, and the great in fancier letters. I hope this is making sense. Hey there, Angie Bell. So again, that's good for your lettering using whatever quotes. Some more ideas on that. Gonna keep moving past the lettering now. Let's see which way are we going here. Forgot to plan out your quotes on the pages. Well, you don't have to, Jean. Here's the thing: if you don't plan them out, you might have a beautiful illustration. Let's just say like your sun picture, Jean. Not that you put it, I'm not saying that this one's a perfect example, but let's say you have your sun ray picture all planned out or done. and you want to put the quote on there. If you just start going in there with writing, you're probably going to run out of room. Something's not going to line up. You're going to wish you had a line, even if you're doing a just a light pencil, like oh, by the way, Jean, I loved listening to you sing. Sunshine, I won't sing sunshine on your shoulder. Jean sings so well. I love listening to her sing. But even if you're just going to put the quote to your, something like that, just one quick line where the words are going to go, then you can go in there and fancy it up. Just to make it easier on yourself, right? Okay. So then we have, I got a couple more here. I got two more of these Dover clip art ones. Old fashioned floral illustrations. Again, I've cut a lot of this one up, but like, look at that little rose. Okay. So you might think, well, really want to draw a rose. Now, again, you can do all this on Google Images. I know, or look it up in whatever y'all go to find your imagery. But sometimes just flipping through a book like this, you might see this rose, with that leaf, with that vine, and just the idea of mixing it up like that can give you more idea and inspiration. Plus, you're just sitting here doodling, sketching. Let's go over here to the pen one. We'll go to the pen book. I haven't worked in this for a while. Let me get to a pen page. Now, my pens that I used will go through a little bit. I don't care. So, but you want it, whatever kind of paper you're using. This is just one of the thin, very thin, it's like copy paper thin books, and it's called Freestyle Really Big Notebook, Serious Creativity, 800 pages. What I liked it for, is the pages are numbered. They have tiny numbers in the corners, and they have an index. So you can index your whatever it is that what pages things are on. So this is just multiple use. But I don't care if something goes through, is my point. But I keep this particular book, kind of like a glue book and pen and ink combination. So there's no erasing. It's just to play in. It's just to sketch in with pen, and then maybe glue something in, doodle around it. So that's kind of what this book is. And again, it's probably going to flash out like crazy because it's white. But anyway, so like I see this little rose here. So I'm going to I'm going to do like almost like a blind contour and stare at the rose, not really look at very much at my page. But you just might want to play and just do kind of like a blind contour is when you'll put your pen down and you stare at this and you don't pick up your pen. Okay. And you just kind of you're in your mind, you're following these lines around. Okay, you're following the lines around without picking up your pen. And if you need to go back to another spot, you just keep moving your pen back and forth. Okay, without really worrying about where it's going. It's just to keep this is to practice looking at what you see rather than here. You're looking here. Okay, so you just kind of follow the lines visual in your mind, and your hand just kind of follows. You see kind of what I'm talking about? Didn't pick up the pen. But then you could go back and refine that. Okay, so now I've drawn this. Now I want to make sure that I get those buds right in the middle there. Let's just do a little bud. Let's do a rose bud. Again, I'm looking at this, but I'm not picking up my pen. Maybe that's just got a little stem on it. Let's see. Oh, there's a rose leaf. So let's just draw a rose leaf. Let's do a rose leaf right there. So kind of like this. So what you're doing is you're generating ideas, you're getting your creativity flowing, you're practicing your drawing, all of it. It's all of it. Just by using ideas that you see in your clip art books. That's where we're going today. Just sketching, playing, doodling, Then you can go in here again, like somebody said, well, my Sharpie isn't waterproof. Well, then don't use your Sharpie in this process. But you could go in here. This is just a nano liner permanent pen. And Then you can go in here and practice with your marker. You can go in here with your color pencil. So you can make basically, essentially, your own little color book thing, right? So I missed something Trina said. Trina said, somebody said, good idea, Trina. I missed what it said. Okay, so not everybody's going to have all these clip art books that I have. Obviously, unless you've been collecting them for, 30 years, you're not going to have these. But there's all kinds of, like I said, Google Images, you can just put in Victorian alphabet or, just go in there and put in old fashioned floral illustrations and you'll find tons of them, right? But again, it's not so much just the book that I'm trying to stress here, but the idea of practicing and doodling and sketching and drawing from different sources. Okay. All right. So there's that. Again, we could play in this one for all day. We could just pick one page here. We could pick and this they're not double sided. So, and you can see I've cut a lot of them up and out and used them. Here's a little pine cone. That pine cone design is very, to me, has that Japanese, there's this, I don't know what the pattern is called, but there's a Japanese pattern that does this loopy thing, repeats, and they may have got it from a pine cone. I don't know. But like this design here that repeats that you can see on a pine cone. Now these are just loopies, but you can make them pointed. You can shade them halfway down, like sometimes you see the Japanese design is like shaded, like an ombre. It's shaded right up here, and then it shades down lighter into another blue, or I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Look up Japanese designs. Look up Japanese motifs. But this all will come in handy for all, just the practice of it. You may not really realize it, especially if you're young. Hey Debbie, you may not realize, especially if you're young, how much these kind of things that you do. If you fill sketchbooks and sketchbooks and sketchbooks and hundreds of designs like this, these kind of designs, they don't leave your head. So then when you go to do, let's say you're doing a samurai warrior, right? And you want to draw his armor. You want to draw the armor that he's wearing. Well, that design may be totally unique design to samurai warrior metal, but you've got that idea. Okay, so you never will go wrong just sketching and doodling down any kind of things like this. Okay, doesn't have to be just what I'm doing. Don't limit yourself to just what I'm showing you. Okay. Yes, Jean's awake. She's here. So anyway, that's old-fashioned floral illustrations. Then we have old-fashioned illustration books, reading and writing. Again, little girl reading a book. You wouldn't have to necessarily draw her looking like that. But you can get the idea of a little girl reading a book, just to play, just to sketch. Here's another little Gibson girl. Here's a monk, something like this. Just the folds in the fabric, even if you just drew the folds in the fabric, just so you start visualizing what folds look like. And again, the best way, of course, is from life, going and getting some fabric and folding it up right in front of you, putting a harsh light on it and looking at all the folds, shadows, and highlights. Better than a book. But again, this is just to get your sketching going. Get your sketch on. Okay, so let's just kind of flip through here. Again, this is double-sided, but there's all kinds, and a lot of people that a lot of these are copyright free. Actual vintage imagery that Dover has collected. Now you can't copy Dover's book and publish your images. And again, there's different copyrights for different things. But I have seen personally hundreds, if not thousands, of rubber stamps that we've used over the 30 years that rubber stamps have been, in popularity, that look just, they're taken from imagery like this. Now, I'm not saying they're taken from Dover, but they found these vintage imagery in old books, and all that. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you, Deb. I got to separate Debbie from Deb. Artsology Deb from Debbie Boring. And she's not boring. She's not boring. Ah. And I have tried to get over to Artsologies. She's doing journal prompts and things. Deb, put your link in there on YouTube. She's been doing journaling prompts. And I gotta say, I'm gonna have to. Let me just say this real quick. I get more requests in personal message and even in open messagery in YouTube for people wanting to know who Jean and Paula are. Now, because we all know that Paula's Journal Artista, and if I say Journal Artista, everybody knows who Journal Artista is. But when I just say Paula and I'm going on and on about Paula, people going, who's Paula? Well, Paula is Journal Artista. You can find her on YouTube, Ustream, her website, everywhere. Journal Artista is Paula. And Jean is Music Scrap without the A. Um, and Jean, what is it exactly on YouTube? Because I always just put a link in if somebody asks me directly. But Music Scrap Jean, so that people know who I'm talking about. Because you know, uh, I'll see if Jean's still here and let her answer because there's a lag. Hey there, Sunset Carol. They don't want to know the boring one. It's not that they don't want to know who you are, Debbie. Boring, but you don't have a YouTube channel. I'm talking about people asking me who the YouTubers are. When I mention them here on YouTube, they'll go, well, you mentioned Paula. Who's Paula? Well, that's Journal Artista. And the musical scrapper on YouTube. So it's the full name on YouTube. Musical scrapper on YouTube. Ustream, it's without the A. Part I love Pinterest. Yeah, and Pinterest is another one to get ideas from. Trina's big on over there on. If y'all want to find a friend over on Pinterest, uh, go look up Trina. Trina's and I'm not telling that to the YouTube people. I'm telling that to the people here that want Pinterest friends in our group here. Uh, Trina is over there. There's a lot of people on Pinterest. Now, for me, I love Pinterest. I have a Pinterest account. I try to pin every now and then, maybe every couple weeks, but I only check my Pinterest probably about once a week because I have Twitter and Facebook, YouTube, Ustream. I don't even hardly keep up with my blog's always just been a visual post every now and then. It's never really been a written type blog. But trying to keep up with Ustream, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook pretty much takes up all my, and Instagram. Those five things pretty much take up all my time. So Pinterest is kind of like at the bottom, some of the other ones. Not that I don't like them, it's only so many hours in the day if I do plan on getting any art done. So most of the time when I'm arting here all day long, now of course Mondays I set aside for streaming, and I try to maybe do another. Let me get my focus there. And I do try to do an impromptu during the week, but Monday I do set aside for streaming. So I just saying all that you can't feel bad that you can't be on everything. But if you want to follow somebody, Trina is she's real big, and also Julie Topaz. Julie Topaz, I know her last name's not Topaz. Julie, I think was one of the first ones that I found on Pinterest. And when I friended her, she had already like 100,000. I don't know. I'm exaggerating there, but yeah, Julie Topaz has been there 5 years. Topaz Pearl Girl. I'm not sure what her Pinterest name is, and then Trina Pat. I'm not sure what her. I don't remember their exact names over on Pinterest, but they're both have tons of pins. My Fairy Treasures, Angie Bell is addicted to Pinterest. So, check out who's here, and you'll probably find them on Pinterest. I'm just not that active over there, although I do love it. I do love it, but it's the void. It is the void. You go in, and you got to get someone to throw you a rope to get you back out of that, baby. Yeah, so y'all look at each other up. Yeah, and put in links. If any of y'all are on Pinterest, Trina just put hers in. It is Trina Pat. Any of y'all that, Julie, I forget what yours is as well, but any of y'all that want to share Pinterest links with each other, yeah, it is a black hole. That's for sure. Okay, so back to some more ideas. So any of this stuff can be used, for, what I was saying is that you see rubber stamps all the time, and acrylic now too, but red rubber stamps from the day, that were made from these vintage imagery. Again, they probably got them from vintage books themselves, but so did Dover. Little inkwells. So if I want to, let's go to a little something over here. Let's turn this little sketch thing that I did here, let's just turn this into maybe a stylized version of a little inkwell. Let's put a little base on it here. Let's put a little cap on it. Let's put a feather. Let's stick a feather on it. But you can practice your shading and your line work. You can practice all kinds of things with just a pen. You don't erase. The idea of a pen is you don't erase. Not that there's anything wrong with it. If it totally freaks you out to use a pen, use a pencil. It's fine. It's fine. Don't email me. All right, so I'm just going to draw a little feather here. I'm going to go right over that rose. Just follow the center here. Do a few little variation. Have a few little feathery things coming out different ways. And I know you probably can't see this, guys, but until I get through going through the books, because you don't want me to zoom in and just see this much of the covers of these books. I'm sure you'd rather see the books right now. But I just want to kind of show you that you can just take one part of another idea, then you can come in here and, just kind of sketch out different things. This is how I do it, okay? I'll get a little idea of something, and then I'll go and I'll just expand on it and play with it. And I'm more of a sketcher than a doodler. I'm not really much for doodling a lot of doodles. I'm more, I want to see how I can use that idea in something, so I'll expand on it a little bit more maybe. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about there. It's not going to be finished, it's just the idea. There's a feather, maybe a few more flying feather furry hairs. But this is the kind of stuff, then, now here we got a rose. This is how I think about stuff. I have a rose next to a feather. So I'll think of stuff like, okay, so I'll have a bud, but what if that stem on the bud is a feather? So we have a combination of a feather and a bud, you know. So, what kind of imagination can we go from there? You see, this kind of thing. But it's all done in pen, no erasing, quick ideas, quick sketching. You have to be willing to mess up a page. Now, if you don't want to mess it up in a nice book, you think it's too precious to mess up in, this is just a cheap, I think I got it for $4 and change, or use just printer paper, to do this. But you have to be able to be free about stuff. Oh, you do see it? Okay. All right. Thanks, Terry. You have to be able to be free about stuff, not worry, not overthink it. Like now I'm seeing some waves in this. So maybe I want some waves going on there, or maybe it makes me think of some more waves. Just play, being able to play, and not not worry, not overthink it. Just But then you can go in here and color and play. Play even further. Take you a red. Maybe you want to stress this is a red rose and not another type of a flower. Okay. All right. So back to just showing you, different things that you can pull from your clip art books. All right. Again, there's just tons and tons of imagery. Little old man, like a little old monk reading a book. I think I used this image on something on my original blog. I think my first blog, which is not, it's not public anymore. But my original blog, I think, was 2004. No, it's longer than that. Maybe 2003. My first original blog. I think it was blog. Was it Blogspot? I don't know. When Blogger first came out, I think I had him as one of my imagery on something because he's very familiar, but I don't know. Okay, so if y'all have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. So again, hands holding a book. If you want to practice drawing hands, all kind, just anything. Here's another one. She's writing, holding a pen. Y'all following each other on Pinterest. Hey guys. So funny hats. Look, there's an ink quill in a ink bottle in that hat with a feather. So just feel free to start sketching. Here are like little clip art pictures of different famous. There's Walt Whitman. See all different famous people. You can just practice your sketching. I have people ask me about where to shade. Well, here's an idea if you want to practice your shading. Well, Tangle Doodle, and now you can draw at most 79 years old. Never give up. That's right. Never give up on the drawing. If you want to practice your shading, I'm not saying these particular ones would be the best, but they might work. Okay, so here is Longfellow. I'm just using him because his face is bigger than the others. If you were to take a picture of this, copy it, and print it out, even though it's probably going to be pixelated, because you're going to blow it up, maybe about this big, okay? But look at all the shading already done for you on there. And I know there's color books that are called grayscale. I don't have any of the grayscale color books, but there are grayscale color books out there for you. If you really want to practice shading, look for those. I got to tell you, I've not seen them in Books A Million or Barnes & Noble. I've seen them online. But it would be like just blowing this up. See how it's black and white, but gray as well? It's called grayscale, so you'll have it shaded in grays for you. That's a good way for you to practice like where to shade things, where to color shade, all right? Where to throw shade. There's Paula. So if you find any of those books, that would be a good way for you to practice your shading. Because people, well, I'm not sure where to put the highlights and the darks and all that. Hey, Nomadic Rose. Anybody else popping in? Lindsay, who else have I missed? I've got a full house, and I know I've missed saying hi to a lot of people. Hey, Barb. And the boys, Crocker, too. Flint Rock. I know I've said hi to Caged Fish. Who else is here? I said hi to Leah. Hey, Mindy. Mary Palm, Teresa, Mountain Dream, Molly. Who else? Poppy. And there's somebody here with a bunch of letters. RSK. You can change your name to a name if you'd like. I don't know that you can do it while you're here, but, just FYI, if you want to put in a real name or, well, if you want to put in a handle other than just the assigned letters that Ustream gives you. Hey, RV, sweet lady. Mom's going to be here next week, RV. They're not RVing, though. They're just driving. Sherry, who else? Another somebody with letters only. You can change that. Now, if you're on a device, again, I'm not sure. I do everything on Lappy. So, Whippy, I think I said hi to everybody. Okay. I know that's all right, Barb. Well, most of the time when we're all at we're working. That's fine. Thanks for being here. Okay, so anyway, look for grayscale color books online, Amazon or whatever. If you put in grayscale color book, I'm sure you'll find some. I've not bought any. I've not really researched them. I've just seen them, on color book, Facebook groups and things like that. But it'll have shading for you. And this just reminded me of it when I saw that. But again, we're just kind of going through here, getting ideas for you to doodle, write, get idea generating going, okay? Old-fashioned illustration, books, reading, and writing. Again, old Dover, let's see. And you don't have to have these books. This is a 1992 one. You can find all this stuff on Google Images. But I'm just showing you, take what you have. Yeah, take what you have. Yeah, I plan on streaming. She won't be here till next Monday night. So I'll do my regular Monday morning stream, but they won't be here till Monday night. So it'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what they want to do. If they want to get up and go do some shopping and stuff on Tuesday, then we'll stream on Wednesday. And it will probably be a scrapbooking stream. I think Jess was here, Jess. We'll have a scrapbooking stream with Mom next Tuesday or Wednesday. All right, so here again, I'm going to show you a few books. I pulled a stack of them, and I'm just going to talk and sketch and doodle and just kind of have a, low chill stream today. You got an email, 25% off the order. Okay, so Jean just said, speaking of Dover, yeah, if you are on Dover's email list, they'll send you an image a week for free. But you can also just go find all kinds of cool stuff over there. And Jean just said she got an email for 25% off order with code LUCKY. Okay, so if y'all want to go to Dover and put in code LUCKY and get some Dover books. Yeah, Jean, it's been a while since I've done a scrapbooks show, or even I showed my scrapbooks maybe a month or two ago, but I haven't done a scrapbook show but I will, let me see, let me show you, I did get I don't know if Cam, I tell you, it's hard for me to get stuff from him. I did get a selfie. I said, Cam, I need a selfie. Let me put it on my iPad real quick. It's on my phone. I'll show y'all my grandson here. Let's see. It's in my mail here. I don't know, where is it? Where is it? Did I not email it to myself? Hang on. Let me double check where it is. I know I emailed it to myself. All right, let me go ahead and do it again. Go to my pictures, because I can't show you on my phone. My phone flashes out, completely flashes out, where the iPad doesn't. I don't know why that does that. Camera, the different, devices have different screens. Let me mail this to myself though. So rabbit trail. And I did get a few things from his sketchbook, so I'm going to try to print those out. I've printed out some things for him before, so he has some actual hard copies of his art. And then I want to, okay, come on, there it is. All right, here we go. So he just took a selfie. I said, I haven't seen you in a while. So he took a selfie, and of course it's cut off at the top of his head's cut off, but you can see him. So there's my Cam man. That's my almost 17-year-old grandson. He's 16 and a half. And it's got the light from the blinds is coming across his head right there. But that's my grandson right there. That's Cam man. So, yeah. Not free. Okay, Jean's talking about something else. Yeah, you remember my last scrapbook show? So I will print out some pictures and do a scrapbook when Mom's here. All right, so it's classic clip art, thousands of copyright-free images. This one is by, don't know who, Gloria Hale Books. Again, these are old. Let's see what year this is. 1996. It's only 20 years old. Actually, that's not that old to me. 20 years old is not that old. But I think the reason I like this book in particular was all the borders for like illuminating calligraphy. And thanks, Lindsay. Yeah, he's a handsome one. And so you can see all kinds of lettering in this one at the beginning here, but it's also got all kinds of imagery, all kinds of florals, trees. And again, let's just take one here. go over here. Where's my pen? We're going to take the pen. All right, so I see a lot of designs and in just all over. We could go all over the place, all kinds of art journaling, all kinds of different places. And I see a lot of designs where people are like filling in backgrounds with just lines and things like this. Like let's just say there's a sunset there or something, and you'll see just for the background, and they're not really necessarily neat. It looks almost like brush strokes, but they're filled in the background with just lines and things like that. Well, the first time I saw that, I thought, you know what? I bet that it would be a great idea. And I wish I knew which Molly or which book. No, it's a composition book. I have a composition book full of Japanese kimono designs. Okay. If you just want to find some awesome designs to use, like whether it's just a stylized background or anything. Look at Japanese. I'll write it kind of big so you can see it. Kimono, kimono designs. Okay, Japanese kimono designs. And I found that I saw something that was triangles. Now I don't remember if it was on the Japanese kimono design or where, but this particular design I put in that book because you get on a roll, you start writing everything down, but a whole bunch of just triangles, right? So and then some of these, let's say, instead of lines, maybe you do them like they look kind of like the shape of a golf tee, kind of like a carrot. And that's how you can draw little stylized people too, little carrots. But maybe a whole background instead of lines that you see everybody do, and I say everybody, you see a lot of, then you could maybe do little like golf tees. Okay. So again, guys, I hope y'all are like writing some things down, not necessarily what I'm telling you, but things that come to your mind while I'm talking to you about these things. Now that I'm filling this in, now let me show you what this has reminded me of. So your mind will just start giving you ideas if you let it. If you don't stop going, oh, that doesn't really look right. Oh, I messed that page up. It's not perfect. I got to start over. Let me tear that out. Oh, I messed up that book. I have to go get a new sketchbook. You see where it goes? If that's where your mind will go. If you start judging your doodles and sketches from right at the get-go. Oh, okay. Cable Claire said there is a expo, and I'm thinking Cable Claire's in UK, right, Claire? If you're the right Claire, yeah, you're Cable Claire. He has there's a bright right now his beautiful kimono girls. Oh, at an expo there. Yeah. Well, I would recommend going. My next thing that I want to go to in the I got two high museum things I want to go to, but I loved going to illuminated manuscripts. Probably about 20, 25 years ago, J.P. Morgan's illuminated manuscripts were traveling. Oh my gosh, if you've never seen an illuminated manuscript in person, you don't know what you're missing. Okay, now here's what I started doing. Remember I started doing lines and like a little sunset design. Well, now I've done this. Now to me it looks like a building. It almost looks like this is the entrance, and these are like the column, like the architecture. Look. See, now it's looking like little columns in architecture. So we can just keep building those little architectural column. Well, it doesn't actually look like the column to me. It looks like in a column, they have the recessed carved areas in a column. It's the recessed areas in a column. That's what I'm getting from this little design here, like the little recessed columns, the recessed carved out part of a column, like that. See? You're in charge of your sketchbook. Yes. Twinkle. Twinkle. You're so cute. And hi, by the way. Hey, Buff. That's come from, yeah, that's Buff now. Hey, Vicky BR. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Vicky BR has had some rough time lately. Good to have her here. So, okay, so what I want to show you here is just that when you start doing things like this, even if you may not, uh, you may do this, you'll go, oh, well, it really doesn't look like a column, maybe just a little bit. Well, at least write it down, okay? That this is, at least write it down, even, just for the idea of it. You have to be able to do this, guys. You have to be able to sketch, doodle, write, just not worry about, don't judge what you're doing. Just start playing, right? And not, now, also, now this is starting to look like little hills, so now I'm starting to think of a landscape here. Or maybe trees. Maybe trees on a hill. Okay. So again, remember and I know I'm all over the place trying to talk about so many things at once, but our inspiration idea, 3-ring binder, right? Well, you could do all this that we're doing here on just blank paper in that and put that in your idea inspiration notebook, your 3-ring binder. Do all this kind of stuff on just the cheap copy paper that you can punch holes in, or you can even buy it already punched. Just the cheap paper that you put in your idea generating notebook, right? So here's where this is the kind of thing that I would go from here with one little design. Okay, so we have hills, and I like to list, so I always put a little bullet dot there, a little dot when I list things. Hills, trees, tree farm. Okay, then I'm thinking also Christmas, but then I'm also thinking other cultures here. Other cultures. Then that makes me think, well, what are all their holidays? Now, of course, I can name some. I'm just showing you how you start making ideas and lists, okay? Then you can think of holidays, and then you can branch off from that and think of the cultures that you want to think about those holidays. Or you might want to go with trees, and then over here make another list: oak, pine, and birch. Start writing down every kind of tree you can think of. And this not only just gives you ideas, but it keeps your mind sharp because you're constantly trying to think and remember things. Then when you might be thinking, for instance, when I think of a birch tree, now I'm in Alaska, okay? That makes me think of Alaska and the birch trees. Or it may go off on another, and the birch, what can you do with the crafty, the birch that falls off. You might start thinking in a craft direction, or you might go off and start thinking in another direction. That's why mind mapping. Okay, so here we have trees. Okay, and this is how I like to do this kind of mind mapping, like branch off. I like lists. Lists will start you off. Okay, list will start you off. What brand is the pen? Vicky, the pen is just those nano liners. They're Royal Land Nickel. It's a pack of like 4 that you can get at Hobby Lobby, probably Michael's too. A pack of 4 with a coupon, you can get them for like $4 for 4. I think they're like $7 for 4, but they're called nano liners, and they're over there with all the other, the Prima, Prisma, the Copic multi-liners are over there in the pen section at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so again, we've talked and done many, many mind maps and projects and idea generating from like this, but I'm just kind of showing you where you can take one little doodle. Look how much information and ideas, at least I get these techniques. Yeah, this is what it looks like here. It's a Royal Land Nickel. I think that's how you pronounce it. Nanoliner. It's a pack of 4. four different ones like O1, O2, O3, and an O5. We're using an O2 right now. I should probably be using an O5 so it shows up better on camera. Okay, this probably would be better if I used an O5. Okay, so here we go. So then again, so we might go from like I thought of the tree farm, and then that could list out holidays. This is or you could circle it and go out from that too. Either way, another list or another branch. All right, and then types of trees, pine, oak, and again, I'm just doing a quick little just to show you, birch, and then from the birch that took me to Alaska. Okay, so you can just continue on with these kind of uh, ideas. I don't know. That's kind of a real big rabbit trail. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Colleen. Anybody else popping in? But I just want to kind of show you how you can generate tons of ideas. Now, you may not want to do listing and mind mapping in the same book that you're sketching in. I don't. I do. I'll do it all in the same sketchbook. That doesn't bother me at all. Okay, but you don't want to get wrapped up on the technique of how you're sketching, that it takes away from just the free flowing. Excuse me, guys, got to take a sip of coffee here. The free flow idea generating process. Okay, you want to just keep going. If writing interferes with your visual sketching, then just quickly write down a word, or you could draw if you have time, depending on how much time. I like to write words and sketches because I can visualize the word just as much as I can the image. So it's like when I think of a birch tree, I can so see it in my mind. But now, could I sit here and draw a realistic birch tree? Probably not. But then I know where to find references from, right? I know how to find references. So I might just do a quick little sketch like this of a birch tree, but I know where to find the references. So if you have the word, you've got something going on. It just what works for you. Okay, welcome back, Rain. It just whatever works for you, right? All right, so let's just keep moving on. We just did a whole like 20 minutes just from, this little leaf right there. Right there. That little leaf. Okay. All right, let's see if we can let's get our lighting back right there. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to kind of flip through a couple of these books. I got a stack of them here just to show you. And again, be writing these things down, even if you're not drawing the exact same things I'm drawing. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to tell you, okay, draw this birch tree. Yeah, that's not what we're doing here. Know what I mean, Vern? Hey, Paula, i.e. Journal Artista, for those that ask me constantly. They're constantly asking me about who's Paula and who's Jean. So I said it earlier how to find you guys. Okay, so there we go. This has got a lot of lettering right here. Okay, this first part of the book's got a lot of lettering. So we've already done quite a bit of lettering talk. So let's just keep flipping. Like, I love these kind of letters. This is one of my favorite type of things to doodle. Okay, so let's go. All right, let's go over here to the pencil. And again, I know it flashes out, guys. Just bear with me. I do the best I can with the lighting. And then, okay. All right, so I love these kind of fat letters with skinny letters. And I might start to draw something like this, all right? But then I'll take it to more, all right? So that's kind of a skinnier version of that A right there. But then I like to play, like I might make this fatter. I might color that in. I might make more swirls. No telling where it'll go if you just let yourself. This letter might come down this way. This might have a swirl up there. So, just you have to let yourself play. All right. So whether you're sketching with a pencil, in a sketchbook or a pen and ink. Either way, whatever, whatever you feel the most free with. Because you don't want to confine yourself with your tools and your books and your, you know, getting all worked up about that stuff. Because then you won't do it. You won't do it. Okay? Flowers, banners, borders, all kinds of things like this. There's like alphabet with the different little things in there. There's all kinds of, look at that little dog on the checkerboard there. You could make him actually standing on a checkerboard. Or, like, let me go back to my pen and ink here. Let's go to another page. I like checkerboards, a la Mary Englebright. Not just Mary Englebright, but also, what's his name? Christensen? James, is it James Christensen? I'm going to have to bring out his book here. I won't show it to you yet, but I'll bring it out so I don't forget. Where are you? Where are you? Let me find you. I want to be down here in the art books. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to pull his book out for some more inspiration here after we get done with the clip art books. Again, this show may not be for everybody. It's fine. If you're watching the recording, either fast forward or wait till tomorrow. We'll come up with something else. All right, so again, just doing a kind of a quick checkerboard floor here. Let's do it kind of in perspective where it's coming closer and closer to you. And I'm not using a ruler, and I'm not even making sure that it's lined up here. I just want to kind of show you. All right. It's not straight or perfect. But my idea is, all right, I want to do a checkerboard, and maybe I'll show you how, I'm talking things out loud, guys. This is just how I kind of play. This is my version of play, idea generating. But you got to keep these things. Don't throw them away. Put them in your 3-ring idea notebook that we've talked about a gazillion times. And we've made tabs, and you make your own tabs, whatever works for you. I've given you some of my ideas, but that doesn't mean that it will work for everybody, right? But that's why we learn from each other and we get ideas from each other. Whether we actually do exactly what that person's doing is not the point. We share ideas and we get new ideas. At least that's me. I'm talking about this is just how I look at it, right? Yeah, I've James Christensen's art too. I had in my mural room when Cam was let's say 2, 3, and 4. He helped me paint those murals. He literally helped me paint them. And then when he got older, I have pictures of him standing up on, ladders and stuff, actually with the brush painting. But when he was real little, he even just put his handprints on those murals. So, and now, I'll just show the picture. I'll show it again. We'll brag on him. Now he's doing all kinds of portrait art. And this is what he looks like now. He's almost 17. And I've shown Boo pictures too. Boo entered cheer, Boo's all into athletics. I think next year she says she wants to do track and field at school. Okay, so just so you get the idea here. But what I'm thinking is, instead of showing you how to draw a dog here, remember what, hang on, let me put, where is it? Ashley Kelly Wren sent me her pocket letter. But look. Now this little Disney, now it's making me think of Kingdom Hearts. If any of y'all know Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, there's a little Mickey on a checkerboard floor. And so anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my glue stick and tack him down right here. Because remember, this is my glue book too. I think I'll just put him right there. On the edge of the, well, I don't want them right on the edge. Let me move them down just a little, like right onto the floor there. So I know, Vicky, right? Uh, so anyway, what I was saying about James Christensen in my other room, the guest room, the kids' room, whatever. There's murals all on all the walls um, of James Christensen's. I would let Cam take the James Christensen book, pick out what he liked out of the book, and we would do our best to duplicate it on the wall. All right, let me see. I don't know if I have a picture. Let me go take a quick picture on the iPad real quick, and I'll show you one wall. Hang on. Let me grab a picture. Okay, maybe it'll show up. We'll see here. If it'll show up on a. All right, hang on, guys. Let me crop it down a little, so it'll be big enough to see on camera. So again, guys, just get some ideas here. Um, it's not a real good picture. This isn't my phone. This is on my iPad, so the picture's not as great as it would be on my phone because my iPad's like getting kind of old. But I think you'll be able to see. All right, here we go. All right, so here is one of the walls. Now, again, this room goes just like this one does. It's kind of like the shape, the ceiling's kind of like a barn shape. So it's like that, and then like that. So this is right up to the edge of the ceiling. This is right at, I'd say, 8 foot right here. That's 8 foot tall. So we did, and there's a little shelf with some of the kids' books and some of my mail art and stuff. And so you can see um, there's a teddy bear for a reference. This owl's head is probably about, I don't know, 2 feet across maybe. So this is from a James Christensen. I probably won't be able to see. Now we got off on a rabbit trail, but that's okay. I don't know that I can find that exact picture right quick, but let me flip and just see if I can. When I'm showing the book, we'll probably come across it. But no, that's another boat. Hang on. So I would let him pick whatever images he liked out of the book. All right, now this is a different one, but I have that right there painted. That is like 8 foot tall in my room. That the dog and the moon and him hanging from the moon, that's also in that room. Um, let's see. So the whole room is a mural room in there. Where is that owl? Hang on, guys. Ah, here we go. All right, so you can see how we've kind of made it our own. We put different things. But anyway, here is the owl and the girl in the boat being pulled by something else. But we did a little different kind of umbrella. We made it arched, and it's being pulled by a swan. Again, it's flashing out. It's really dark, rich colors, but it's not showing up on camera. So you can kind of see how yeah, it pixelates any more than that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that we used good old James for inspiration. Um, Thank you, Terry. Yeah, that's in my other room. That's in my the kids, well, it's a guest room, but it's the kids' room. Yeah, I'll show you his book, and I think you can still buy his book. I showed his book, and we read from it a couple of years ago before I started uploading to YouTube, I think. Um, and read some of it, and then everybody went over to Amazon and bought it. So I know you can still get it. All right. So anyway, this is the kind of thing, this book right here is just all kinds of sketchy, gluey. If I find something I like, in a magazine and or just whatever. All right. So let's go back to our idea from getting ideas from clip art. That's the premise of today's shows, is getting ideas from clip art, but it does go in all different directions here, right? So again, you don't have to have clip art books to go find clip art online. Here's all different kinds of silhouettes, little kids in different costumes, more lettering, cafe and restaurant signage. But look at the little faces and the flowers, and little fairy, little, any of this stuff. You could take one of these little designs and doodle it, and then mind map it, and I'm telling you, you will never run out of ideas. You just won't. Okay. All kinds of society emblems. And this is kind of a general type of clip art book with all different kinds of things. Here's some gray art that's good for practicing your color books. So look at these different phases of the moon with different faces. I mean, that's a whole, like, that's some inspiration right there. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, I was talking earlier about that there are books out there, color books out there, that are called grayscale color books. I don't have any, and I've not seen them in Books A Million or Barnes & Noble, but they're grayscale with like shadows and stuff already. They're gray. They're black, white, and gray. And like, for instance, like this, okay? So you can see where shadows and shading already are, and you can color over the top of that rather than just plain line art like this, So there are color books out there like that too. So if you want to practice your shading. These kind of things. Now look, doesn't that just want to make you get out your carving a rubber eraser? Right there, I just want to carve something. And I've shown y'all how to do this. I've shown y'all how to just take a little piece of tracing paper, trace the image, okay? Trace it on tracing paper, flip it over on a piece of your rubber, your carving rubber, and just rub it and take the tracing paper off, and you'll have that image there to carve. It's really simple to get any of these things. Look, wouldn't that make an awesome little stamp? Any of these little carved stamps, just the look of it looks like woodcuts. Okay. So again, look at all these horses. See, like this. All right, so like this is like the grayscale thing I'm talking about. So if you took just even one color of pencil, right, and you started coloring on, just color the whole horse, one color. I just want to show you this just so you can see what I'm talking about. You'll see the shadows. Okay, if you just took one color and colored the whole horse, just one solid color. Now, not that you have to do it this way. I'm not saying don't use other colors. I'm just showing you this so that you can see the obviousness of it. I want you to see the obviousness of the shadows when you do this rather than just the grayscale. Okay, so I'm just going to color the whole horse, just all brown, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, if you were coloring this in a grayscale color book, you'd want to do dark brown, light brown, golden colors, like yellows and all that. But I just want you to see what I'm talking about. When you color on a grayscale image, you already see the shadows. See how you can already start to see where the shadows are? It just helps you to visualize the shading. Okay. It just helps you to visualize the shading. Again, then you take other. Let me just grab a couple colors here so you can see. Let me go back. Let me find my horse. I'm not sure which way. There we go. And you can take more and start, with the dark brown here. Now I'm going to go over the darkest black of the grayscale. Okay, and I'm going to start maybe bringing that out a little. I just want you to see the idea of it, right? That if you're using a grayscale, it helps you to recognize the shadows and everything. And you can take your lighter colors and, do your highlights and other things too. But this is just a quick tip for you to practice your shading. And you don't have to buy a color book that's grayscale. Just, I'm telling you, go put in grayscale, black and white, images, clip art images, and you'll find all kinds of stuff just to print out and practice with. Okay, you'll find all kinds of stuff to print out and practice with. All right, so there's that one. That's just classic clip art, thousands of copyright free images. All right, we still got a stack here to go through. Again, this is an idea generating show using clip art. Okay, but before I do anything else, guys, let me go down. I have to make a pot of coffee. My coffee's sitting here cold and I don't have any made. So let me just run real quick, guys. Just keep writing some notes. Write down some notes. Okay, I made the coffee now. About 5 minutes. I have to go down and get the coffee. All right, any questions or anything? How we doing, guys? Everybody sharing ideas and stuff? All right, next. Animals. Copyright-free illustrations, mammals, birds, fish, insects, etc. A pictorial archive from 19th century sources. Okay, and is this a Dover? Yeah, this is a Dover as well. This is quite the thick one. Again, I've got a couple of printed out pages for different whatever. This one was 1979. Okay, and it's got a ton of animals. Now look, this just right here is making me think of Animalia. The little and it's a stylized version of this type of a chameleon lizard, whatever breed of lizard it is. I would still be at the top of the stairs. I am used to running up and down these stairs, Jean. Oh, good. I'm glad you're getting some information. Yeah, write it down, guys. You don't, yeah, I need a coffee pot. No, I really like the coffee pot in the kitchen. It gives me exercise. It makes me get up and go downstairs, rather than just sitting. If I had a coffee pot here at the desk, I mean, I'm already here at the desk all day, right? It makes me get exercise. So running up and down those stairs a few times a day is good. So, all right, here we go. Now, if you are into any kind of, let's just say you're cam, okay? Let's just say, and you want to draw some kind of monsters or something. You could use these lizards. Look at that. That's an awesome little monster right there with those winged, how these are the kind that run real fast. I've seen them through the desert, right? They run through the desert. They're practically floating. They already touch the desert. And it's probably because these gills, if you will, give them buoyancy. I don't know, almost like little wings. But you could turn this into so many things. I mean, if you're sitting here and doodling and you pick out like the salamander right here, just you have to just pick something that's really grabbing your attention. Get your sketchbook, either with just pen and ink or pencil, and just start taking something and going with it. Whether you start listing, mind mapping, branching out your ideas, or if you just draw something and start adding things to them. Okay, and I just flipped to the lizards. There's every kind of thing in here. There's every kind of bird. There's roosters. I mean, just all kinds of awesome. Oh, let's not look at that. Is Eileen even here? I don't know if Eileen's here. I don't think. Okay, so I don't see Eileen, so we can show the flamingo. But got the storks. You just got these kind of things. And again, you don't have to have the books anymore to find these kind of stuff. Just look up clip art birds, and you'll have 50 pages. Vocabulary police in the house. Anamorphia. Is it anamorphia? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, there's just any kind of this. Yeah, and is it animalia or anamorphia? Yeah, I can't remember because I have an animalia book that's by an artist. Is it in here? It may be in the other room. Oh, wait a minute now, Terry. Wait for it, girlfriend. Let's see if it's in here. Um, might be in the kids' room. Hang on. And I follow him on Facebook too. Let's see here. It's got to be here in the art books. It's not on the kids' bookshelf. Hang on. Here it is. Nope, this is the ultimate alphabet. Where's Animalia? Okay, that might be in the kids' room. Okay, hang on. We're going to get all our animals together here. Where is... Okay, where's my Animalia Anamorphia? Color book. Okay, I lost it. How do I lose a color book? I don't know. Here we go. All right. I've got 3 other things to show you. Now that trouble Terry brought it up, but I got to go in the other room for the kids' book. Okay. Now we're going to get into kids' books. But first, let's just go through this real quick. We have Anamorphia. We have Animalia. Then, of course, we have the 11th hour. I follow his the one I talk about following, and also the Ultimate Alphabet, Mike Wilkes. We'll show these along with A Journey to the Imagination by James Christensen shortly, if Terry lets us. Yes, you had to order that one too after the Animalia after I showed it, Vicky. Yeah. Okay, back on task, Terry. Don't make you spend. I'm gonna make you spend money because you're causing trouble, Terry. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so again, there's all kind. Look, lobsters, crabs. The scorpions, spiders. I don't want to freak anybody out. Butterflies, bugs. Anyway, all kind of fish. Turtles, tortoises, and we've drawn, turtles and tortoises here. A sea turtle, we drew our sea turtle on the big animal scroll. So just, take a second to sketch something down if it attracts you. Now, I don't know where my pen is. Let's see where the pen is. Is this the thicker one? Yeah, there's the 05. So even if it's just, okay, so here's what I'm thinking when I see this tortoise with his, and I'm not sure, if it's six, if it's a hexagon, they look kind of, yeah, I think, well, they're not all hexagons. Some of them are. But looking at the turtle with the hexagon designs on their back, some of them, when they get over here toward the body, they kind of do toward the face, they start the edge of the shell. It starts kind of forming another shape, like toward the edge. It turns into like a hexagon. So I don't know if these hexagon shapes turn into, well, I don't know if the 5-sided ones turns into 6-sided ones as the shells grow. And then, they get smaller going back over here. Here's the edge. Here's his tail. But what I'm seeing in this is not just the shapes here of the tortoise shells, but these shapes right here, each one could have a little story in it. So if you drew a tortoise, okay, so these are like panels with stories in the turtle shell design. So if you drew a turtle, right? You drew the turtle here, then on each one of these has a little story in it. Okay? Each one of those has a little story. So he's a traveling storyboard. Okay? He's a traveling storyboard. Vicki will give you plenty of links. Here, there's the James Christensen book, Journey. It's called, the exact title is A Journey of the Imagination. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Kind of bumped that. Okay, so now we have a little traveling tortoise or traveling turtle story with the little storyboard. With each one of these little shell panels has a different little imagery in it. So here we go. This is how I would work it, so I would remember. Okay, so let me get, where's my fashion magazine? Something that's quick to tear up. Okay, so here's my little Womankind magazine here. Probably be something. Well, look, right there. There's a little something right here. Now, I don't know if I want to cut that up because I want to keep this, so I won't use that. But like, this has got some awesome stuff in it. I need to cut some of this up and put it in my glue book here. But my idea is to take, okay, here, this is good. Take a little bit of imagery just to kind of give you the idea. Like this. And what I'm trying to do is remind myself of this idea. Now, if you do a lot of this, you're not going to not only remember all these ideas if you don't write them down, you'll never use them all. But I'd much rather have these ideas down and not use them than to never have them down and forget them. Okay? Okay, so let's see. Some of the articles in this book I want to keep. I've torn a lot out of this already, I gotta say. I've torn a lot out of all these magazines. And I keep them in other books. I won't go into all that right now because there's a thing on Italy. So just these little tomatoes. So I'm just going to cut a little like hexagon type shape. my glue stick here. Where'd it go? I just bumped it. What? Oh, there it is. Okay, because I want it to kind of be the idea. A traveling storyboard on the back of a turtle. Okay. um, is this a new magazine? Now this is probably last month. I think another one's come out since this one, and I got it because of all the Mona information in it. This was winter, so I know they've got. I mean, this was yeah, winter. So it's December and January. It says put out till March 31st, but I think there's already another one out. If at least I've seen it online. I've seen the cover online, so I'm not sure it's in the bookstores yet, but I've seen the new cover online. But it's called Womankind. I buy it every now and then, depending on who's. I bought the one with Frida. I bought this one with Mona, and mostly it's because of all the different. Um, See, I've already taken all that out. I've took out all the Mona stuff, I think, out of it. But I just wanted you to see this is how I would just incorporate a little bit of design, because this is my glue and ink book. So it's got ink and drawing and cutouts in it. All right. Let's clean this off. Let's go on to the next, whatever happens. And let me finish this book, then I'll go get my coffee. And again, this kind of show, just talking about ideas and sketching, is, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And just like when I draw portraits, that's not everybody's cup of tea. But what we like about, if you're watching the recording, what we like about it here is we're all hanging out, talking, chatting about different things. It's a place for us to all meet and talk and chat with the live chat. And so it's more than just whatever the person's doing. We're like socializing. Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, so anyway, you kind of get the idea from this book. Again, it's got all kinds of, it's just got every kind of animal. Um, you know. All right, mammals, birds, fish, insects, etc. All right, so there's that one. Keep moving here because I do have a stack. Don't want to lose my pen though while we're trying to go. All right, a couple of these are not, these are in color. Okay, they're history, a source book of historic ornament. Now, they're very muted colors. I don't know how close they are to like the original tapestries and things that they got them from. They may be very close to the original tapestry designs and things. Here's some Japanese fan designs, the fans. But regardless of that, you don't have to go with the colors that they show you. But the patterns and the designs and the different color contrast, you see what I'm talking about? You can see different, like this one's orange and gray and brown. So even if you don't use orange, gray, and brown, you can do multiple, like let's do this row in orange, let's do every other one, brown, gray, brown, gray. So you get pattern inspiration and ideas. So even if you don't like the colors that they show, Silver Mist, we are doing inspiration ideas from clip art books or clip art, not just necessarily the books, clip art online. Yeah, so we're just doing idea inspiration from clip art. Yeah, I know it. And again, guys, you don't have to get every one of these books. I've had some of these books for 25 years, maybe longer. But so much of this is online now. But back when we were, didn't have all these ideas or all these imagery online, you had to buy the books, right? So I just want to show you that this one is historic ornament. This one is the grammar of ornament, Owen Jones. He's a very well known designer. So you can see, look at just these designs. Okay, so here we go. Look at this. I mean, how can you not? Let's move past our traveling turtle storyboard. Let me see, where's my pen? And just any of these, just one of these designs. Look at these little stylized tulips. And again, if you want to make a straight line or, just to have the tulips, let's just say, I don't even know if they're tulips. They might be corn stalks. They could be corn or they could be tulips. It could be a combination of both. We can make some fatter, some more, like this. You could have some come around, like make your own flower. Some leaves here. They have these other little designs that look like teardrops with just a dot. So teardrops and dots. This looks very folk art. The folk artist of the 1700s could have got designs from, Egyptian, whatever, But the idea is just to get the ideas down, right? It's just to sketch out whatever's speaking to you at the moment. And again, you start drawing, let's just say you start drawing some tulip shapes. Okay, you start drawing some tulip shapes. You're going to probably start thinking of other countries. Now, look how I just sketched that down. Now, for me, all of a sudden, I saw a little face and little jammies. Okay, so now I've got a little character right there. So you just gotta play and don't be afraid to say, oh well, that a little jammies and a tulip, that's stupid. Well, you don't think like that. You think, oh well, let's run with that. So now we have some tulip people or tulip babies. Let's say tulip babies in jammies. Okay. Right? So now what if you had a whole bunch of these tulips? Let's say you have a whole bunch and they're holding hands. Let's say they're holding hands. And each one has a different color jammy. You could use a little bit of scrapbook paper, or you could just, if you don't have the time to take and go get something to, throw in there. Let's just get a little blue. Where's my blue pencil? Just draw a little design. This maybe one has polka dots. And you might have a whole garden of tulip babies. Okay? So this is how you generate ideas. And then that might take you off into listing things, But that's how you have to be able to play. I saw a person in jammies. You did? Oh, not Vicky. Okay, so I'm trying to show you how to generate ideas from your clip art books, Vicky. Alligator Vicky. Oh, well, I don't know about that. I'm just trying to give y'all some ideas and inspiration, Lindsay. Showing you how I love you, Vicky. How to take different designs and see what comes to you from them. And different countries are going to bring different, the Greek ones are going to be different from the Italian ones, and it's just all kinds of ornaments from different cultures, different countries, different cultures, different eras, different time periods. And you can just get so much idea from every single one, even if you don't necessarily like the color combinations that they have, just the design work. Here's some big leaves here in the back. Okay, so that's the grammar of ornament, and here's the treasure of illuminated borders. These are, I think these are the only 3 that I pulled that have color in them. But I just want to show you that even if you don't necessarily like the colors that they give you, you don't have to use the colors, but you can get the light dark, the contrasting. Instead of red and green, this could be orange and purple. Okay? It could be, but look at the little strawberries. A whole border of stylized strawberries. So these are just the 3 color ones that I pulled just to show you what's out there. And again, or online. Don't have to have all these books necessarily, but you know, I love my books. So there's 3 that have clip art type things that are in color. Okay, sorry I bumped the camera again. All right, now I do have to run down and get me my hot coffee. I still have, let's see, I got 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 15, still about 15 more books. Are we up for 15 more books? Sandy, that's funny. I gotta write that down. That goes in the wing nut. Sandy goes, Paula, don't look into Dee Dee's eyes this month. Oh my gosh, let me gotta write that down. That's gotta go in the wing nut book, Sandy. Paula, don't look into Dee Dee's eyes this month. Sandy Pink talking about books on books. Wingnut book. Y'all don't know what the Wingnut book is. It's a little book of funny things that the girls say. And it's a little Timmy book. We've turned it into Wingnuts because we're Wingnuts here. So it's a little Wingnut book. And so we just find these little funny quips, quotes, and things that people say, and they go in there. The last one that CB said is when I got Sammy Jammy's big box of Happy Mail last week. And CB goes, that isn't Happy Mail. That's a household shipment. All right, let me go get some hot coffee, guys. Okay. Can't run quite as fast with the coffee, but all right. Oh, I miss Laurel. Oh, I miss. Sorry, Laurel. I just saw someone say bye, Laurel. I didn't even see her come in. Hey, Marita. Anybody else? Lynn. Anybody else I missed? Oh, there's CB. Hey, CB. Christy. All right. Next book. We'll keep our little. Let's get a fresh page here. All right. Ornamental designs from architectural sheet metal. Okay. Again, lots of design ideas. Look at all this. This looks like acorns, artichokes, and shells. Okay, so right for me, these have similar artichoke. And again, I like to bullet list things. Acorns, shells, and I might draw just a little swirly shell here to kind of remind myself. So we have, they're similar. Making me crazy. Dede, you need to put some white pencil on your clean black paper. Oh, you don't like the, oh, because I, okay, so yeah, I did put some new paper down. So somebody's saying to put some, there we go. Does that make you happy there? Let's draw that shell. Let's see, we're going to draw that kind of a spiral shell thing. There. Are you happy, Judy? Patootie? Yeah, I had to cover it up because it was getting holes in it and like crunchy with paint. So yeah, all kinds of leaves. Much better. Okay, I'm glad I could make you happy. Acorns, artichokes, and shells. Oh my! Going acorns and artichokes, acorns and shells. Oh my! Oh, so like in these fan pediments. Well, I'm not sure they're called pediments, but they're probably called. All right, where's my? I lost my pen. There it is. Uh, on columns, and I know there's names for these things. Come this way. There's names for these things. You know these architectural parts. You know that come like above a door here, that kind of thing. One moment, please. Hey, honey, I'm streaming. What's up? I did. Yeah. Did you call? Well, yeah. Okay. Bye. Okay. And then, so let's go like this. And maybe could do squiggle in between just to see different kinds of design ideas that you could do with them. This one could have stripes. This one could just have a squiggle. This one could have a solid. Just so you can get different ideas of what could be behind them. And when I say you, I mean me. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm just talking out loud. So this one might have a checkerboard. This one might just have a solid black background behind it. I mean, I'm talking about, yeah, like multiples of them. Okay, like multiples. Just so you could get different backgrounds behind them. Okay, one might have a checkerboard. I mean, you could use a checkerboard design behind the. Okay, tell your hubby he will have mail coming to him. Oh, okay, Glenn. Hubster loves happy mail. Okay, so I'm just going to make a note to have different backgrounds. I'll just put BG for backgrounds. Okay, so some, just whatever. And not everything has to be, you don't know that you could do this today and tomorrow the idea of artichokes, acorns, and shells could mean something more different to you. Here's all different kinds of, what do you call those? Wind, you know, yeah, those things. Not compasses. I mean, they have usually have like they'll have compasses on the wind. Wind. Oh, you know what I mean. Somebody will tell me in chat. So all kinds of different things like that. That all can be used for different kind of borders. Okay. Okay, Terry. Ornament designs from architectural sheet metal. But although these are not just sheet metal, they're columns and all kinds of other things. Then we have Treasury of Ironwork designs. Yeah, architectural designs could be used for Zentangles. Oh, for sure. Now, I'm not a Zentangler, but for sure you can get all kinds. For sure. You can get all kinds of ideas. Weather vanes. Thank you. want to write that down, Rain. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word weather vanes. I don't know. Okay, so let me just put a little something there just to kind of remind myself of what it is, what it's called. Okay, Treasury of Ironwork Designs. Again, I have used these. Let me see if I can think of right where that journal is. I have used some of these in as clip art. I printed them out and used them in my art journal before color book everywhere thing was out. Let me see if I can remember if it's in this book. I'm not sure which old art journal. So these art journals, they're old. I think it's in this one. It's back when Paula broke her foot. So for the first time she had a broken surgery, because I have her Get Well Paula page in here, but I think it might be in this book. I'm not sure. No, I think it's in a smaller book. But let me just double flip. Flipping. Nope, it's not in this one. It's in a smaller one. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, I gotta flip through. Okay, it's not in this one. Let me look at another one here. It could be in this one. It could be in this one. Streams. Just last week I was admiring Ironworks in Victoria Albert Museum. Well, there you go, Lindsay Whimsy. Awesome place to be able to go. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, there's a couple things that I've used it for. This one's not a completed journal page, but I have them. I did a gel medium transfer with this one. This one's just a cutout and shaded. These were from like 5 years ago, but I'm looking for the one that has the doors. Ah, here it is. All right, so here are some. Now, I don't know if these, the lion and the griffin, I don't know if they're in this particular book. I don't think they are, but this is. These little gates. So this is a double journal page spread that I did a while back. And I glued the imagery, the clip art. I don't know that these are out of this book, but these doors are. So I cut them out and glued them on scrapbook paper to make these flaps, right? So these each have a flap. And then there's a verse that I wanted to do with the doors. So these doors are also from this book, and then it's got parchment with the verse on it that's behind the doors. So you can see this is on vellum parchment. Okay, and then those go like that. So these doors here are out of this book. Now, whether we'll come across those exact doors, I don't know, but you can see the idea. Any of these, again, you can find ironwork doors on, clip art. Dede sent me some of those print cutouts years ago. You found them last week. Oh, good. Color them and use them, Paula. Yeah, so any of these can be used, and you can just cut them down the middle and make them into doors in your journal, right? Any of this stuff you can make into little tip outs, right? Make them into little tip outs, gates, doors, all the ironworks. And again, you don't have to have this book. Just go online and find ironwork, ornamented ironwork, and you'll find tons of this stuff. And just print you out one and tip it in your journal. So you look, how awesome is that? Thanks, guys. So just to show you more, more ideas that you can do with all your stuff. Treasury of Ironwork Designs. Okay, it's a Dover book. Okay, then we have the Dory Bible illustrations. Here's another example of grayscale, although these are very, very dark. If you were to want to color any of these, you really have to lighten up the contrast, and because they're so dark from the, when they printed this in these books, They're just way darker probably than the original woodcuts were, right? But this is what I'm talking about with grayscale. These are the kind of, they have new color books out now that are done with this grayscale that will really help you shade your coloring, to know where things are. Hey, Packer Die. I think it's Sherry, Ella. Anybody else popping in? Okay. So again, the imagery here is very dark, and you probably wouldn't want to color right in this book. Um, but you can copy it, print it out. Adjust it in your settings, lighten it up so the grayscale is not so black, because you can't even really color on this unless you were painting it. But just to color like a color book, this is so dark you can't even see the shadows hardly, right? So anyway, this one is, how old is this one? See, now this is kind of more, this is even a little dark. There's Daniel in the Lion's Den. This one is 1974. Okay. Again, you can probably at least find the imagery online without even having the book. If you just put in, Dory Bible illustrations, you'll probably find all of them, right? Okay, next, music, a pictorial archive of woodcuts and engravings. All right, let me put this, I'm running out of room here, guys. Let me throw this journal back up on the shelf. Okay, music. So these are all, singing, dancing, music, anything to do with music, all kinds of instruments. Again, these are all awesome. If you start sketching down any of these things, if you just start sketching them down, what if you made them into, you know, mechanicals, steampunk, use them in steampunk designs, robot designs, mechanical, all kinds of things you can do, but with just musical instruments, right? Make them come to life in your world, because you're the boss of your sketchbook. Jean, you haven't seen this book? Jean's oohing and on. Jean's a music teacher, obviously. And Jean, I gotta say again, I love it when you sing on your streams. It's awesome. You need to sing more. It's just, you have such a beautiful voice. I love, because I can't carry a tune. But, I just love listening to you sing on your streams, Jean. You sang happy birthday I think you sang happy birthday to Bunny. And singing happy birthday to Bunny was just so beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little choked up here. Okay, harmonicas. And then all different composers, too. All different composers. What did Paula step away? Must not press checkout. I don't know what Paula's got in her cart, but she says must not press checkout. Before you buy these guys, unless you just, like Jean would probably love the whole book on music, but don't go buy a whole bunch of these books. If you can look online, find a few, and see if it's something that you're going to enjoy doing. Don't go buy a bunch of these clip art books and then they're just going to sit on your shelf. You know what I mean, Vern? All right. I've seen this guy, who is it? Claudine Helmet has used her in one of her collage projects. So there's just all kinds of, Jean, I used something out of this book when I did the All About Jean. Remember when I did the All About You page, Jean? There was something out of this book. It was a music teacher sitting at a piano. Not that one. A music teacher sitting at a piano with some kids around her. I don't think it was that one either, because I think it was facing this away. But it was something out of this book. When we did the All About Eugene. Not Eugene, but Eugene. Anyway, so this was all different kind of music, dancing, instruments, some different cultures. And I used her in an art journal page. Let me see if I can think of which one it was. I think I used her. Let me see if it's the same book. Hey, Iffy. Hey, Crocker too. Anybody else popping in? Let's see if I can find. Okay, I've used him. He's out of this book. Used him out of this book in this journal page. Okay, this was before all the color books came out, right? I mean, there's always been color books. Don't I don't mean that, but I mean the color book, you know, trend, if you will. Okay, let me see. I know I got her somewhere. If it's not in this book, but let me just kind of glance just to make sure. Okay, it's not her. It's another similar one. Okay, I thought I had her as well. Okay, here's another one that I did. This one here. I was thinking it was her, but this one's out of this book too. But what I did is I think she was about this size, and I just blew her up on the, printout. And then there she is. She's all colored in and put her on an art journal page. So, yeah, before it was trendy. Yeah. All right. So, but let me look at some of the other things we've done in this book. Got a few fun things in this book. Okay, here we did some koi fish. We did a koi fish page. What else we got in here? Oh, no, I have to show this anytime I bring this book out. I love my Dolly page. This is when we went to the Dolly exhibit, 2011. That's when we did this page. And so we just took the little Dolly poster and kind of did a pen and ink drawing of him here. But what I want to show is this. There's me holding the Dolly. I bought one of those mustaches. It's a fake mustache, and I actually got one of those. Am I wearing it in any one of these? No, I guess not. But anyway, so yeah. But this painting right here, this painting was on exhibit at the High Museum when we were there, and this is the postcard that I bought of it. This right here, can you see that figure right there? That is I think it's supposed to be Dolly. I don't remember. But that's a 6 foot figure right there, 5 to 6 foot, right there. Just to give you the scale of this painting. The painting is humongous. When you stand like right here and look at this painting, you look like you're looking up through a glass cathedral ceiling. That's the awesomeness of this painting when you stand in front of it, because it's so huge. It is huge. So when you're actually standing in front of it and looking up, it looks like you're looking right up in there. So anyway. Okay, so what else do I have in here? We just have some different, starter pages. Here's our Paula page. Journal Artista Paula. There's her number 8. This is a Get Well. We got the butterflies. We got the tip outs. This is one of the Get Well Paula pages when she was having her foot surgery on. She done have some surgery. When she was having some surgery. Here's some tennis shoes I drew for Samantha. This is back when she was in kindergarten. I drew these tennis shoes for her. I did a painting. This was a sketch, and I did a painting for a Boo's teacher. What else is in here? A lot of background pages. Just some different, things in different. Yep, Paula's butterfly. Okay, so anyway, let's get off of the sketchbook. The journaling right now, because I want to finish making this I want to make it a clip art idea book, right? But I did have to show you those pictures that we did using these girls as color book pages. So, if you find something online, a clip art, or you have some of your books, make them larger or keep them the same size, cut them out, color them, and put them in your art journals, okay? All right, so there's the music one. And again, I only pulled off half a shelf. I didn't pull the, all my, because we're still here a long time. All right, I've got about 10 minutes, guys. So I'm going to try to finish showing these in 10 minutes. And then if you want, if nobody else wants to stream, then we'll come back and do some more drawing or sketching or something. Okay. Hey, Margot, and bye, Margot. Sorry I missed you. Hi and bye. I know I missed a whole bunch of people probably coming in and out. Annabelle. Hey, Barry. Belinda Boo. What a cute name. Let's see. I'm just trying to see who I might have missed. Christy. Who else did I miss? I said hi to Jess. Kelly and Carrie Ann. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Hey, Mad Rat. Packer Die. Packer Die, by the way, Packer Die is going to be out in the new Somerset Studio magazine. I think it comes out April 1st. So y'all be looking for Packer Die. Y'all follow her on YouTube. She is going to be in the new Somerset Studio on April, comes out April 1st. And I'll be buying a copy and I'll show it here, when I get it. Um Silver, Carol, Tam. Hey, Tam. Colleen, Twinkle. Okay. If I miss saying hi to you, it's not because I didn't want to. I just kind of try to, people come and go, and I do miss a lot of people. Oh, it's the art journal one. Okay. Sorry. It's the art journal one. Not the Somerset Studio, the Somerset Studio Art Journal. Thank you, Sherry. Do I have a copy up here? I think I've taken them all downstairs. All my Somerset Studio and Art Journal magazines are downstairs. Let me look. Do I have one up here? No, I think I got them all downstairs. But anyway, it's the Somerset Studio Art Journaler. Art Journaling. Is it Art Journaling? I think it's Art Journaling. Thanks, Sherry, for that correction. But I'll be buying it, and we'll show it. We're going to show off our Packer Die. I'm sure she'll probably put it on her YouTube too, but we'll show it on stream. Okay, bye, bye. All right, so let me try to get with 10 minutes left on this episode. Let me try to show you the rest of these books real quick. Then we can come back and I don't know, maybe do an art journal page or something. I'm just, again, today I'm trying to show how you can just do quick little sketches and little ideas and how to, generate some ideas from your clip art books. And that's what we've done all these from, just generating them from some clip art books. All right, signs, symbols, signs, and signets. Again, it's all different symbols from around the world, different uh, religions, different cultures, just all different, everything from Buddha to, the Egyptian gods and, Christian symbols. It's just all different signs, symbols, and signets. Again, if you want to, get some kind of inspiration from designs, there you go. What was I going to say here? One of Paula's favorite artists who is coming to the High Museum, and I probably won't say it right, but let me try. Jean-Michel Basquiat. He's got some journal sketchbooks and drawings, and I don't know what is going. If there are, it's already here at the High Museum. We just haven't had a chance to go. It probably will be the weekend after. Mom and Ken will be here next Monday. They're going to be here for 3 or 4 days next week. Then after that, I think they have to leave Thursday. So that weekend, that next weekend, we'll probably go to the High Museum and see Basquiat. Basquiat? Basquiat. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, he uses a lot of symbols and signs and things in his art. Okay, the Ultimate Angel Book. 600 clip art images of angels. Can you ever have enough angels? Again, this is one that's good for, gotta be careful if someone, let's don't show Adam and Eve here. Uh, anyway, grayscale. Grayscale imagery that you might want to color, It's got all different kinds of angels and, just all different guardian angels, biblical angels, just all kinds of angels. So even if you just want to draw some wings, there's all kinds of pictures and imagery that you could do, get ideas for wings, like this one right here. Let's just come over here. Let's take a quick minute because we're going to run out of time. Middle name is said like Michel, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Okay. Well, y'all know who I mean. I'm doing my best there. I'm doing my best in my southern accent to have a French dialect. It's hard to have a French dialect when you're in the South. Okay. All right. So like this wing right here. Let's just turn it sideways so I can kind of look at it. And we're just going to, so again, you can have all kinds of ideas and just kind of sketch them out. I'm just doing it in pen. You can do it in pencil if you're nervous. Okay, but when I see it, like if I do a wing, again, they almost look like leaves overlapping instead of feathers. To me, they just kind of look like the shape of leaves instead of feathers in this image here. Okay. But you can draw them down just to get the idea. Okay. And these go all the way to the edge there. But you can draw out feathers just to remind yourself of, some featherage. I'm just going to draw a quick one here. But how they overlap, and then these come down here, and they have the points down here. Let's do them pointed, like where the feather tips end on these feathers here. And then you could make each one of these little feathers if you wanted. But again, it's the idea. You want to just kind of get down your ideas. Cajun French accents there. Yeah, and LA. When I mean LA, I mean capital L, capital A. Freaking Louisiana. Oh, so yeah, all kinds of angels. Okay, so that one is the Ultimate Angel book. Again, you can find all this kind of stuff on image, Google it. Hey, Kimmer B. Been a while since well, Kimmer, we're almost done for this segment. We've been here almost 3 hours, 2.5 hours, and I get about 2 hours and 45 minutes before we have to start a new segment. So I'm going to start a new segment. We're going to do some project right now. The show has been about using clip art imagery for idea generating. All right, this one, 3,800 early advertising cuts. Again, this one's got a little of everything. A little bit of everything. From farm implementing tools, horses, music, cars, boats, little floral images and designs. This one's just got a little bit of everything. Signage. And the thing about these signs is what's kind of cool about, if you look at these old signs, you can get ideas of how to enhance certain words and non-enhance others. Like if you're doing a quote, like we talked about earlier, you can do, make the main words bigger and the secondary words smaller in between, whether it's on, this is signs, but you could do the same thing with your quotes, right? Okay, so banners, people in different occupations, all kinds of household items, kind of lamps and lights and furniture, clothing, shoes. Look at all the crowns, all the watches and pocket watches. So, yeah, I love 100 proof press too. I actually have. Oh, yeah. See, we're going to have to go into part two. I didn't even get to show my books. The books that we were talking about, the James Christensen and stuff. I'll keep going here, guys, until it says we've run out of time. Then we'll carry it over to a part two. So if you're watching this on a recording, we're going to carry it over, but it's probably just going to end abruptly when my time runs out. Just, just saying. Um, um, I'm looking real quick, Vicki. Let me move the mascots. Let's see. All right, I'm going to grab a handful, and I can't promise there'll be 100 proof press one in here, but I'll show those in just a minute. But yeah, old stamp catalogs are another good one. All right, so yeah, pocket watches, all kinds of, look, gramophones, little baby buggies, just tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. And this is 3,800 early advertising cuts. All right, let's quickly get through those last clip art books that I pulled out. Decorative frames and borders. Okay, hang on, guys. I froze with incoming mail. There we go. Decorative frames and borders. Again, all kinds of frames and borders, which I like. I used these much more when I was doing calligraphy for, border ideas. And yeah, so it's all kinds of borders. We won't go too long on that. Okay, I can't show that one because it's an Art Nouveau book with naked girl on the front. Everyday fashions of the 50s. Now this is a clip art book, but it's actual photographs of people from like, imagine a Sears catalog. Okay, imagine a Sears or a Montgomery Ward, or a catalog of clothing. That's what this is. Now I gotta say, I can remember Grandma actually making me this outfit. I can almost guarantee you I had something exactly like one of these, if not both, because Grandma made all our clothes. Yeah, these jumpers with these wide straps. Yeah, this could be me and my sister. Okay, so everyday fashion of the 50s. What else do I have quickly here? Children and their world. Now, again, this is an awesome one for taking little, kids kind of, imagery, but turning it into like even manga, okay? Like taking the little, let me find a page of faces or something, and turning and making the little kids into like manga kids, or any kind of cute little anything. But you can kind of, use these images. Look, there's a little gnome there. But you can get all kinds of ideas just from the little borders, the stylized trees. I mean, look at that. Look at that tree right there. Just so much, that you can get out of these old storybook illustrations. Look at all the little princess fairies, little garden fairies. Look how precious. Okay, so that's Children and Their World, a treasury of vintage cuts and illustrations. Let me see what year this one was. I forgot to be telling y'all how old they are. This one's from 1990. Okay. All right. Quickly, I got 3 more here. Maybe we'll get through them. This is the clip art book that I've deconstructed. I took this one completely apart. I've taken this one completely apart. But anyway, it's a compilation of more than 5,000 illustrations and designs. I'm going to show you one more. This is probably one of my oldest ones, and I show this one all the time. This is a complete encyclopedia of illustration. I don't know where the cover is for it, but these are from like 1800s encyclopedias. And so you can see all the body parts, skulls, maps. And this one's broke out, and I've shown this one many times. Mathematics and astronomy, natural sciences, military sciences, naval sciences, architecture, geography, history and ethnology, mythology and religion, fine arts and technology. And this one was 1851. Okay, and it's got, that's how old these images are. I'm not going to go through this right now. I didn't pull this one out because I've shown it so many times when I show clip art, so I just went and found some different ones I didn't think you'd seen. Hey, Dixie. All right, so again, tons of things. This is occupation, music, transportation, and this one's all deconstructed. I've used it and used it for all kinds of different things. People, animals, fish. I'm just flipping through. Heraldry. Heraldry is another great one to get great images from. All kinds of armor, you know, knights, and it's got the plants and the hands. Look, bones. It's got a little of everything. Anatomy and medicine, flowers, plants. You know, it's got all kind of herbals. Herbal. It's got some herbs. Bugs. Anyway, so this is another one, and this is the kind of thing, again, you can find online. This is a clip art book. I don't even, let's see if I have a, this one's 1990. All right, let's see. Gotta take a sip of coffee. All right, two more quick ones here. Oh, and yeah, we'll see how long if I can get into the stamps ones real quick. I pulled a few old stamp catalogs here. Where's 100 Proof Press? I know it's in here, I think. Unless I didn't pull all of them, which is this one. No, that's not it. Stamp. Do I have the 100 Proof Press one in here? Oh, there's a. I have some of their flyers. Oh, here's one. Here's a bit of one. I don't know. Ah, there. I think that's it. Is this the 100 Proof Press? Yeah, got a 100 Proof Press catalog there. I don't want to show it. Well, it's my old address. This is how old it is. No biggie. Okay, back on task. Duct tape to hold these books together. Yeah, that's true, Vicki. Banners, ribbons, and scrolls. Again, this is a Dover, and this one's not. I don't think this one's that old. Let's see, 1983. It's got all kinds of banners. Coffee. That were good for calligraphy. When I do smaller calligraphies, maybe just one quote or something as opposed to a whole parchment scroll. This might just be on a small quote or something with some banners or. So banners are another fun thing to learn how to draw. And all the scrolly work. Oh, okay, so there it is. I'm going to have to stop the recording, guys. So let me just stop it and restart it, and I'll be right back.